Okay, today is an important video, and this is one of my secret that I have been using for a long time. I have dealt with this thing called radiation since I was maybe 8.5 to 9 years old. And yes, it's been a while. Learn, trials and error. Also too is that doctors wasn't able to help me. Spent a lot of money and they weren't able to help me. So I kind of woke up and I started to examine myself. Started to do my own research. Starting to find out what is actually hurting me. And I have dealt with this for a long time. Too long that now I became an expert. Yes, I became an expert. After spending a lot of money in insurance, I was going to doctors twice a month to test this, to test that, to test this, to test that. And no one was able to help me. Up to a point that I was just wasting money. Especially specialist doctors. If you ever go to a specialist, it's a lot of money. Just to let you know that one. So I kind of woke up, maybe on about 9 years old. I started to examine things and I started to see what was hurting me. And that's when I found this thing called radiation. And it is associated with Wi-Fi. It is associated with cell phones. And during that time, and this is long ago, maybe almost 10 years ago, it was wireless, Wi-Fi. And I was very affected by it. I guess there are a lot of people out there like me. And if you see this video, I feel for you. I ache just like you are, and it is a hard journey. Yes, it is a hard journey, and these are one of my secret, and I'm going to share with the world, and I'm going to share with the people who are being affected by radiation. Now, radiation from the sun, believe it or not, radiation from the sun is actually safer than the radiation we are dealing with. Currently, we are dealing with Wi-Fi. We are dealing with cell phones. We are dealing with Bluetooth. I talked about few of my videos that Bluetooth was the #1 culprit. We are dealing with 5G antennas. Not recently, but they started to implement about 4 months to 5 months ago. I don't know if it's full scales or not, but they're all over my town now. I have to do a video soon. You're gonna see how many just on my street. Then we have a lot of wireless, like your car. Your car actually have a lot of wireless. They actually amp up with the wireless entry. Yes, the wireless entry is actually hurting me. Yes, just by things around your car, it's actually hurting me. Because I just got a new car recently. And believe it or not, I can't drive it. I hate that car, and I can't return it now. I thought it was okay. I thought I was able to turn it off, my Bluetooth. But yes, I can. Luckily, I was able to turn off the Bluetooth, but I cannot turn off the wireless entry. Oh, by the way, sorry if this is going to be a little long video, but this is medical, okay? So it's important. Please follow with me rather than complain, because this is a medical issues. And it will help you or what you are facing. So my car, I can't even drive, I can't stay in it because of that. Now I found new symptoms, which I described in my last video, which I'll link it up here. And by the way, anything that I link to this video is always up here. And recently I found out this bunch of videos, they are deleting them. And they are actually deleting my posts too. And actually one person, like yesterday, I uploaded a video. She actually said she saw it, now it's gone. I'll post a reply right here, right now for you, that you can see. So YouTube is really suppressing my videos. And if you can't find certain one of them, ask me. If I mention in certain videos and you can't find it, ask me, or go into the channel itself and then there's a search button, search for it. You will see it. If you don't, just ask me, I'll send you the link. I'll gladly to. If this is going to help your life easier, it's going to help you, I will go overboard for it, because I know it was a hard journey. My journey was not easy for the past 10 years. It is not easy. And I can feel everything out there. And everything out there is hurting me. I mean, it's hurting me a lot and I can't escape it. Thankfully, I found a way, and I was forced to make my Faraday cage, which a person couldn't find that video either. So I'll link that up here too, my Faraday cage. It's helped me tremendously. It was all well worth it, and it helped me tremendously. But this is about radiation, and this is about 5G. And believe it or not, 5G is not some kind of voodoo stuff. You have to understand, okay? Even this wall right now, right here, if you have a cell phone right now, you can get your cell phone. And I have nothing inside a house that will be able to transfer through. Some of my screen, someone just posted recently that saying my screen was aluminum or metal. No, sorry, my screen is those cheap type. It ain't no aluminum. It's like string fiberglass or something. But anyway, yes, it's tearing right now too. I don't know who, somebody threw something, or I think it was a stick that they were cutting off a tree, and it bounced off one of my windows. But anyway, so if you can't find something in my video, just ask me, okay? Or I'll link it to here. Most of the time, I will try to link all of my videos associated to anything with just right up here, okay? There's usually an eye there. But I have to explain all this stuff because YouTube is really suppressing my channel, and the YouTube is suppressing my posts as well. Now, I just got that out of the way, and I'm sorry to take a little long. But this video is important. It took me a long time to understand something, and it's called radiation, which I found a while back. And it's actually hurting a lot of people, and they don't know it. It's hurting a lot of people right now, and they don't know it. And these are the stuff that I've tried during the past, and this is how I understand it. Before I go into further, radiation, and like I stated, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, 5G, blah, 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 it's all associated to radiation. Radiation is do not, and it does not, like acid. I will be the first one in human history to say radiation do not, they or it doesn't, like, I don't know what it called, an it, a they, or whatever. I would say it's an it. It does not like acid. So that's what you're seeing here. It's all form of acid. Yes. A battery. This is why it's here. Look at the battery. What is in here? This is actually a seal lead acid. You see it? It says right there. Lead acid, sealed. There's lead. What is lead? Metal. Acid. Well, acid. Another form of acid. Lead and acid, metal and acid. Metal would attract radiation or positive or positron, electron, and neutron, or neutrino. Basically, positive ions and negative ions, and there's a neutrino. That's what they call it. Let's make it simple. Positive and negative, okay? Electrons. It will attract to the lead in here. The acid prevent them from escaping. Even when they have the connector here, they cannot escape. There is a small amount. If you actually touch this, you can actually feel it. If you are sensitive enough, you can actually feel this battery. 12 volt, yes. Put your finger on there and you will see. You can actually feel it. If it's strong, it will give you a little spark too. So don't touch it, okay? Take a 6 volt. Or I would say a 9 volt battery. You know those little ones? Or even a 1.5 volt. And try it out. And you see what I'm talking about. If you are sensitive enough, you will feel it's affecting you. Now, they cannot escape. They escape little by little by little. And that's why the battery, through time, it drains out. So if you leave this battery for a long time, eventually all the electron will escape. If the acid is still good, like in a good shape and new, blah, blah, it will retain that for a long time. So the electron get trapped in here. That's what basically is a battery. Well, we are dealing with something like this. But because our skin, now here comes the medical part. Because our skin cannot have this type of acid. So, we resort to these type of acid. Vinegar is, what is it? It's acidic acid. It'll tell you right on there too if you want to look at it. 5% acidity. Apple cider. It's a form of acid. 5% as well. Believe it or not, isoalcohol is an acid. It's a form of acid. Yes, it belongs to the acid family. And I will be the first one in human history to say all of these. And like I stated in many of my videos, you're going to learn more from me than anyone else. I promised. And I promise you, I will lead you to a better, healthier road. I promise you. Because I am. Here's another one. Well, they won't tell you the ingredients in here. Sodium lauryl sulfate. That's another form of acid. I believe they use lauryl sulfate. Lauryl sulfate is another form too. Okay? Well, hand sanitizer. You can use hand sanitizer because it's a form of alcohol. This is my homemade. Believe it or not, I made this so good. It's about 70% alcohol in here. Yep. This is my DIY. If you want to know about my DIY, you can always look into my channel for DIY hand sanitizer. You see a lot of those. Yes. Look how thick it is. And it's actually really good. I'm gonna see how it runs. It's a gel. Okay. Now, let's get to this video, because that's what this video is about. Sorry, it takes a little long to introduce to you all this stuff. Here's what happened. I've been dealing with all this stuff. And right now, this is very sacred. And funny thing is, we are killing the coronavirus with what? Acid. You can actually kill coronavirus with this too. It's just like we can't wash it. But yes, you can literally put that on your hand and use a hand sanitizer. If it's emergency and you don't have nothing, you can actually use it. Straight. Yep. Just like hand sanitizer, because you know that's very important right now. So let me put that out of the way. All those are a form of acid. Same thing as this. They're too valuable. Except for this one, of course, because there are a lot on the market. This is only 99 cents. You can actually make hand sanitizer out of that. But here's our star. Well, actually, if you can get this, it will be our star too. This 3. Although I don't like the apple cider, although it's okay. Apple cider, it's just really sticky. So, I'm going to put that aside. These 2 will be our stars, okay? I'm going to pan it down a little bit. Now, here comes the part. When you have itch, some kind of itch, if you go out in the sun, here's another thing about people do not know, and I said I, will be the first human in history to explain it to you. There are no sun allergies. Remember that. You will get radiation from the sun. It's actually good. The medical industry is wrong. And I will explain that in another video. That belongs to another video. Not this one. But just to let you know that people are complaining that when they go out in the sun, they start itching. What is it? It is actually radiation that is making them itch. Well, guess what? Guess what? I am the first person in human history to explain this to you. What is 5G? Radiation. What is cell phone? Radiation. What is Bluetooth? Radiation. What if all the wireless stuff inside your house? Radiation. What is it making you itch? There you go. 2 + 2 = 4. Sorry. It's also making me cough too. I just made a video recently in my channel talking about coughing. I am coughing like crazy because our town is 5G. Coughing, sneezing, and my ears bleeding like crazy now. Oh, they just on the side street, they just upgrade all these things. There's more antennas around our town. But anyway, that's another video. But anyway, so the sun making people itch is because of the radiation. Okay, please remember me and please remember my video. The sun is making people itch because of radiation. Okay? Because I dealt with all that time, I tried everything. And that's how I was able to understand these. In order to deal with cell phones, Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, cell towers, cell signals, 5G, 4G, whatever it is, 10G even, okay? It is all radiation, even the microwave. It actually makes some people itches too, yes. All you have, and how do we fight that? In order to fight that, we need acid. But we can't use these because it's harmful to our skin. The next non-harmful thing is these 2 right here. Alcohol and vinegar. Yes, you heard it correctly. And that's how I made this discovery. And no one actually talked about these. This is the first video in the world. Remember that. And all you have to do is get cotton balls. Just regular cotton balls or Q-tip. If you have ear issues, this is really strong, so don't put it around any cuts because it'll hurt. Instead of that, you use vinegar. Yes, because it's a form of acid. Acid, electron don't like attach itself to it. Basically, that's what it is. So we're actually putting a defense system on your skin, on your scalp, anywhere that itches. Okay? Please remember that. If you feel the tingling in your ears like I do, I put them on. If you have itchy scalp, itchy ears, itchy neck, some people actually have itchy faces too. And then they have itchy eyes. Yes. If you read around or if you search around, you will see this phenomenon. And it's not a phenomenon. if you see this video, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You know exactly what we are dealing with. Okay? And this is the remedy for that. And it's not a remedy. It's just the medical community does not know it yet. No doctors in the world knows this yet until they see this video. And yes, this is one of my secrets. And I wanted to do this video for a while now. I just didn't have a lot of time. I got a little downtime right now. So, that's why some of my videos pumping out like crazy. So that's easy as that, okay? If, like I said, anywhere that it's itching that you don't know, give this a try. Eczema. Remember this. Eczema. It is actually part of the radiation too. Yes, you can actually help this with your eczema. If it's too strong, add a little water to it. If this is too strong, add a little extra water to it. But experiment, okay? Because you want as much acid as you can. Even though in alcohol, all these are a form of acid. It belongs to the acid family. That's what I call it, okay? So, because I understand this, and because I understand radiation, because I understand how electron moves and how electron does not like any type of acid, they move away. Here's an interesting too. NASA. Hello, NASA. And I should win an award for this one. Hello, NASA. If you are listening right now, and SpaceX, if you are listening right now, you can actually line the spaceship, your spaceship or your space shuttle with vinegar or alcohol or sodium lauryl sulfate. And you can bring the astronaut up in space and it will shield. And I said it will shield radiation away from the human body. Remember this. NASA, if you are watching, I am teaching you something right here that is very valuable when people go to the moon or to Mars or exploring other planets. Remember, line these with in the space shuttles or spaceship, and you will be protected, okay? That's a tip for NASA right there. They don't even know this, and I do. And yes, I'm giving it to you for free. I should get an award for this too. But I'm giving it to you for free. So if you are listening, NASA, take a look. It's very easy. So, before I conclude this video, you can see there's a lot that I have learned. You can see a lot that I have actually accumulated through time of suffering. For suffering 10 years, I've learned so much from that. And yes, I'm giving it all out for free because I don't want people to suffer like I did. So, very easy. If you have itchy scalp, itchy ears, itchy face, itchy arms, itchy like arms right here. When I go in the sun, it actually itches. All you need is this right here. Body, whatever it is, and you do not understand and you think that there might be something or whatever, unknown itches, okay? Try these first because it may be, and I said it may be just radiation that you are dealing with. And if you do, you will remember this video and you will remember that I was the first one to discover all this stuff here. And it's been with me for a long time. I've been using it for a long time and it relieves the itches for a long time. And yes, every day I have to deal with this right here. And that's what, look at it. It didn't even last me that long because I put them in a container like this right here. And I put my cotton balls in it and I put it around my ears. My ears, sometimes on the side of my ears, side of my neck. And then sometimes it's depending where I am because my skin is so sensitive, and that's how I'm dealing with this. So remember, okay, it is very easy to deal with the radiation if you know what you are dealing with. And no doctors, even physicists and scientists do not, and they do not know this at all. I am the first person in the world, in human history, knows exactly how to deal with it. And as I stated earlier, I even know how to deal with this in space. Yes. Can you imagine? 10 years had taught me the biggest lesson of them all. And yes, I'm sharing with you. I got more for you too. Okay? I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you learned something today. And I will see you in the next video.